4. What's up, everybody? It is 2/3 of the Superior Notary crew. Berjoh actually got a customer, so she will pop on as soon as she is done servicing her clients. For those who don't know, Berjoh has notary set up right in her living room. So the people come and the people get served. Mm-hmm. So it is just Ayana, aka the Crafty Notary, and Reggie from the Central Florida Notaries. And let's see who's going to chat so far. All right, there we go. Oh, nothing yet. So, welcome everybody to that is watching. We are planning on talking about some Florida statute things that's near and dear to Berjoh's heart. And we're going to talk about our January and what's gearing up for February. And we're going to talk about anything that you want to talk about. So if there is anything, any questions that you have, any topic that you have, please drop it in the comments. If you are coming from Facebook and you did not give Facebook permission to share your name, we can't see your name. This is how it looks. Facebook user, hey guys. Hey. So let us know who you are. I know Reggie is always trying to clock it to see who it is. Hi, Vernita, and hi, Phoenix, and hi, the other Facebook user. This one. Hello, everyone.
The first one was Latanya.
Oh, that was Latanya. Okay. So drop your name because we can't see your names. There you are, Latanya. If you just put your name at the end of your comment, that way we'll know that is you. So where do we start until Berjoh comes in? I guess. Hey, Stephanie, we can start with January.
Okay.
Start with January.
All right. So, one of the things that I do, and I think everybody should do, is to kind of look at what and how your month went. And, it's good to know so you can kind of look at things that you've done, look at things that you want to do, change some things, tweak it, because, every month is different. And some of the things that you've done before might not necessarily work. So, for me in the month of January, although I felt like I was doing nothing, I guess I was, and I had a pretty decent month. I'm going to read you guys a few of the goals that I set. Actually, if I can find my book, I don't have my book. But I set some goals.
I am ready.
Lord, where's my book at? Oh, it's down. Give me a minute. Sorry.
You're going to go all the way downstairs?
No.
Oh, and we get to see your draws?
Whoops. Whoopsie. So
everybody throw some laughing emojis in the chat so we can laugh at Reggie for showing his crack and his draw.
Yo, you saw my crack too? Damn. Oh my God, that's horrible.
I need to edit that out.
Yeah, people ain't gonna want to.
Yeah, there you go. Throw some laughing faces in the emojis in the chat so we can laugh at Reggie for.
People ain't gonna want to see that
with his behind.
My bad, y'all.
On this good YouTube video.
Yeah, we're gonna have to edit that out somehow, some way.
I got another laugher.
Sorry. I thought anyway. I'm itching under my arms.
Oh, more laughs. Okay, I'll stop because he's gonna be embarrassed. Go ahead, read your goals.
So my goal for last month that I set for myself was 3 loan signing appointments, 10 general notary works, and 2 RON. And I did not hit my loan signing goal. My loan signing goal, I only had 1 out of the 3. The general notary work, I did 9. So I didn't quite hit that either. And then I actually did more than 2 RON. I did actually about 25. Now, I am counting the RON that I did on eNotary On Call, as well as the RONs that I completed on Notarize. So what I've really just been trying to do is just do my best to become a master when it comes to Ron, because I do see that being the future. And you guys know my feelings about doggone notarized, but when I got on this weekend, it actually was the complete opposite of what I had experienced in the past. I was able to do over 11 calls on top of catch a lot of the calls that were on eNotary. When they come through eNotary on call, you do have to be quick draw McGraw. My recommendation, if you are on that app or platform, is to download the app.
Just to get off.
Huh? You need to get off of it because you're cutting into Ayana's money. You know what I'm saying? Because Ayana was the preferred notary for the longest, and then she decided to tell the best kept secret.
I decided to share.
Yeah, and then everybody else started to get on. So, but you definitely have to be quick draw McGraw. And I was able to get quite a few of them last month because I made a significant amount of revenue out of that. And I actually played around with Google Ads. I had 3 additional calls that I probably wouldn't have had. I was able to book 1 wedding out of that Google ad, which was good. I was expecting a little bit more. I got a lot of hits on the website. I got a lot of hits on the Google review page, but it didn't necessarily translate over into leads. I performed 3 weddings and I booked 3 weddings. My goal was to perform 5. So I wanted to get 2 more weddings in the month of January. So I missed on that, but it's not about missing. It's not about focusing on the things that didn't work. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, you should definitely look and see if there is some way that you could have done things differently, but don't dwell on it. Focus on the things that did go well. I mean, at the end of it, even with all of that being said, I made a significant dent in my goal. I didn't quite hit the goal of 2,000 that I wanted to, but I got, within thirds of that. So, you definitely have to, considering, it was an anomaly of a month, and it wasn't until the end of the month where I was like, shit, Reggie, you can actually go on Notarize and eNotary on call and try to catch some of these calls. You just have to put forth an effort with trying to do it. So Carlos actually did do 1 wedding last month as well. And anytime he does weddings is always good. I like to see him, but we got to work on his vocal ability because he's he be whispering. He's like the wedding whisperer, and I'll be like, Carlos, you need to Masato, we need to go louder. Can't hear you. Yeah, that's how my month ended.
Well, thank you for that incredible summary, Reggie. Yes, okay. Renita, we do have full-time jobs. And so we're here to let you know that as a notary, you can do this with a job if you choose to, because all 3 of us, Berjoh included, do have full-time jobs. And so our goals are not the same as someone who is doing this full-time. So they may seem a little light to everybody else, especially if you get around YouTube and you start looking at a lot of different people, the 6-figure folks and all of this and all of that.
Right.
Yeah, our goals may be a tad bit light compared to those people, but hey, our goal is our goal, and as long as we meet them, it is what it is. Stephanie, you got a full-time job too, and you do notary and work even in the weekends. Facts. So we're all remote for the most part, so we kind of do notary work all during the day, all around the clock. So don't tell nobody. So my goal for January, I don't have goals where I set how many of something I want to do anymore. I did that last year. I don't do that. I just have one monetary goal. And my monetary goal for 2023 is going to be the same every month. And that is $1,500 gross. And the reason why I say gross is because I do keep track of the expenses that I incur with e-notary log. So I do the predominant, the bulk of my work is now online. Praise God. It is on as Ron. And so I pay a pretty hefty premium to e-notary law because it is $13 a session, $5 for each additional person. So so with that said, I finished the month out at $13.42. So I was $157 shy of the goal that I had. And I pay eNotary Log $268. So I don't know how many signers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 Rons. I had some eNotary on calls, and then I had some calculator sales. That's how I got up to the $13.42. But $1,100, almost $1,200 of that was all Ron. Hi, Kimberly. Hi, LaDasha. And LaDasha said, "Amen, Sha." And so let me tell you, almost every single day, I see someone in these groups, Blue Notary, and other groups. I can't think of the other ones, and other groups that are saying, "How do I get Ron signings?" It's simple. You market for them. And we talked about this on a previous video. And when I say you market for them, you market for them. And you need to get creative with your marketing strategy. So there are some courses out there that shall remain nameless that teaches you to go into title companies with gifts, with donuts, with cookies, with little bags of goodies. I never adopted that mantra, that theory. It felt slimy to me. Didn't want to do it. So I came up with another way that was more comfortable for me to market to the people around me. And that was by using the postcards. Stay over here. I ain't gonna stand up and show my underwear. I ain't got no underwear. I mean, I do, but I don't. So I created postcards using Canva, and you saw Berjoh mailed out her cards, right? And so I created these cards last year, probably around this same time of the year. And I remember I was in the truck talking to my husband, like, I really want to market, but I just don't have the time to get out there and drive from place to place. And I'm thinking about trying an idea with postcards. And he told me to go for it. And I said, I'm going to try it for the entire year. I said, I'm not going to just do it 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. I'm going to do it every single month for the rest of the year. I said, and if I get nothing, then I just get nothing. To me, if I got nothing, it's the same as if I got nothing if I walked in with Starbucks gift cards and goodie bags. You still came out of money to make those, right? Mm-hmm. And so the cards cost me $15 on Canva to ship. And at the time, I stuck to a certain number. So I stuck to like 20. So that was one book of stamps. And I think the book of stamps was like $8 because I get the 44 cent stamps. So there was like $8. So altogether, I was spending $23, right? And so I did that consistently, and eventually it began to pay off. And now I won't say that every direct client that I have now contacted me from the postcard, but I did have some clients contact me because of the postcard. And what's more important is if they don't have work, they refer me to somebody else. So that is the most important thing. You want to make sure you're doing such a great job that they are willing to refer you to someone else. So that is where I got my business. You can also make phone calls. I'm planning to make phone calls around here to the local companies again, because I have a new shtick, right? I'm not doing traditional loan signings where I'm going out on a mobile job. I'm doing mailaways. I'm doing closings online. So if they got someone that's out of town, out of the country, or it's late at night, or maybe they got COVID. Like I did one lady, she had COVID. These are the signings that I'm now going after. So I do plan on making some calls. So LaDasha says, how many postcards did I send out per month? You send out what's comfortable for you. I sent out probably 20. I forgot how many I ordered. I ordered the postcards like in a bigger, well, I ordered them kind of in a smaller book because I have a few different designs of the postcards. This one is my latest design, but I have maybe 3 or 4 other designs of this same card. And I just picked what was comfortable for me. So don't get so caught up. Don't get so caught up and stuck on what somebody else is doing exactly and trying to duplicate what they're doing exactly. Take the idea, reframe it for how it works for your business, and shoot it out there. And then, make a go at it. And I guess I could have did that with the baskets and the treats and the goodies too, because a lot of people do that. I've seen people make those little, and I did this, make the little pretzel sticks with the chocolate. There's a guy who makes that himself. There's people who bake themselves and give those away to title companies. So you got to get creative and do what works for you.
Who were the people that you sent the cards to?
Title companies, predominantly title companies. But okay. I did send some to car dealerships. I didn't get any hits, so I took them off. I did send some to banks. Mm-hmm. I feel like that wasn't giving me anything, so I eventually took them off too. So nursing homes as well. I think for nursing homes, you probably will have to go there and do some advertising or leave cards, because I don't think in nursing homes, if they don't have a notary there, they're giving out your card to the people that need it. So, but those are just some ideas of who you can send them out to. Somebody said, I'm seeing a lot of prenups. I think Berjoh had a prenup too, didn't she?
Yeah. Yeah. That's LaTanya.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think Berjoh had a prenup too. I haven't seen any prenups.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either. I was gonna put in
context for XXX. The treats are eaten and the marketing stuff is trash most of the time. Oh wow! So they eat the treats and trash the marketing. Hey, and another reason why I chose the postcards was for that very reason as well, because I knew that if I'm spending my money on treats and marketing materials, some of that one or two of them things gonna end up in the trash.
Right.
And I figured if the postcard ends up in the trash every month, then so be it. It didn't cost me that much, because if I got 50 of them and at a low price, like I think it's like $15 or $20 at a low price, I'm paying less than $1 per card. So if it ends up in the trash, I ain't out of nothing but $1.44. So
right, that's true.
So yeah, that's why. Yeah, she said I work for the title company and end up in the trash. Mm-hmm. That's awful. That's awful.
And I will say this: I wanted to put in context with because you told what you made as well, but I ended the month with $16.92. And then with all the fees and everything that I had to pay, it came to about right at $1,300. So you definitely got to invest. Put that money that you're making, put it back into your business for sure. And you just have to find different ways. And now that I know that little tidbit about the postcards, I know you talk about them, but I didn't know how you were getting those clients. So I'm gonna.
Well, I mean, I did get a couple of clients from the cards. And then, like I said, I get referrals as well. Right. Google, I think the biggest source of business for me is Google Business Profile, is the Google. Is the Googles. So my main goal for this year is to get 100 reviews. And I am employing a strategy to bump my views up. So if they don't leave me a review, during the after the call. And when I work for other clients, I don't typically ask for a review on Ron because I just feel like it's kind of cheesy to ask for a review on camera. So I'll just be sending a follow-up email asking for the review. And I did that last month. Out of 11 emails I sent, I think I got 2 or 3 reviews back. So that is my goal. I think the Google is probably my number one source for business today. What does Stephanie say? I have done some prenups as well, gotten a few clients from postcards. I have had clients refer others to me. Yeah, I think some people will share it for sure. And your neighborhood surrounding area social media page. Yep. I know Berjoh is really big on Nextdoor, and she sends us screenshots where her neighbors like be on it. Like if somebody go on there and say, like somebody went on there and said they went to the bank and the bank wouldn't. Is that her? Oh, that's her. She ain't on camera though. They said that the bank wouldn't notarize their document, and man, her neighbors was in there heavy. Like I use Be At Least. I go right to her house, like, and it's $10, like it's supposed to be $10. Like her neighbors and her neighborhood really go hard for her. So don't sleep on that Nextdoor app. It ain't really doing much for me where I live. And the community group that's the community group on Facebook, I exited myself out of that group 2 years ago over some BS that happened up at our clubhouse with one of the employees who worked for the community. And I left that group and I can't get back in. So I hate that I can't get back in. There's some little ancillary groups that are floating around that I do post in there. So I've gotten a few customers from our neighborhood from that, from what I post on social media. But yeah, your neighborhood social media, that is key. Stephanie says she uses Alignable. I've never used that. I don't even know what that is. I'm going to have to write that down and see what's up with that. Alignable.
Yeah, I signed up for it, but I ain't really. I might have been burned out with signing up for stuff, and I ain't really. But
I love y'all collaboration. I went back. Hey, thank you for watching all of them. I appreciate it. So, so it's February the 2nd. So we all need to set goals for February. If you don't have goals, you need to set goals, because if you don't have a goal, you're just not working towards something, right? Like,
agreed.
You need to have a goal so that your business is structured. All businesses have goals. All businesses have budgets, and all businesses have goals that they come up with. Just like when you do your performance review at work, they ask you what the heck your goals are, and I'll be like, I don't know, just to stay in here, stay in this mug. But you definitely want to have some goals. Let's read this one first.
Yes.
Question regarding Ron. So you get the Ron certification through NNA, then get started with Doc Verify or Notarize or a platform. Is that it? You start notarizing. In short, yes. So yes, you get notarized. I mean, you get notarized. You get certified.
Yeah.
Once you become a commissioned notary, you apply through the state of Florida. And I don't know if you're in Florida or not, but for us, in Florida, you go through, you have to take another course. Okay. Yeah. The course is like $30 or $40. You have to pay another application fee. The application for Ron has to be notarized.
Yes.
Shout out to me if you need to be notarized. And once they approve that, you also have to give them a list of companies that you plan to work with. Now, the directions say companies you signed up for. You can't sign up for nothing until you're certified. So you just list the companies that you plan to work for. And you can list Doc Verify. You can list Notarize. You can list One Notary. In my opinion, just list one notary and notarize to start out, and you'll be okay.
Mm-hmm. And those, honestly, and truly, are the two easiest.
He just wants to sign up for, right?
Sign up with.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so once you get approved and you get that letter back saying you are certified, you hit the ground running. You can sign up on those platforms. Notarize takes some time because they have an extra class that they send their people through. Yes. And you got to take another test, and you got to do like a simulation, right? So you jump through some hoops to get on Notarize. But at the end of the day, I personally think you can use Notarize to gain practice because their script is very robust. Their script is robust. And so if you're using their script, you know you're not going to miss anything that is required to be said in that video.
Right.
And they give you really good training. So even if you don't use Notarize, I still say sign up with Notarize because they give you good training and their script is robust and you want to have access to that script. And yeah, from there, you just jump on and you start notarizing. There's nothing else that you need to do or say or be.
The Florida remote online notary education is $39. Okay. Now you can go on to Sunbiz and it's only $20 for the course. You don't really get that accreditation that you get with an NNA, which can be, kind of helpful.
They have a remote online course on Sunbiz?
On Sunbiz?
Yeah.
Yes. From what I heard, I heard this at the.
I know the notary one is free, but I didn't know they had a remote one. Oh, okay.
But yeah, long story short, it takes some time. Notarize is one of the most known platforms. They've been out for a number of years. It has its ups and downs, as you guys heard me say before, but it is very good in terms of getting practice, I will say. And the transactions are very quick. If you can actually get a call, it is very quick. Yeah. And their platform is pretty seamless. Like it's pretty easy to notarize as long as you know all the points that you're supposed to hit in the make sure you have your venue, your
the 9 requirements.
The 9 requirements, which you can go look at. But is that Berjoh? There she is. Hey Berjoh.
Hey guys. Sorry, my tardiness.
It is worth it. To do it. I want to be like Ayana, but she have a Ron literally every daggone day, and she asking Berjoh to be her doggone witness.
Well, that's because you can't witness during the day.
Well, no, I ain't talking about you.
Reggie be on some foolishness.
You ain't got to put my business out there like that. I was just saying.
Wait, what is so? She said all of this info can be completed. What info? All of what info can be completed on paper? The application is paper. You mail that along with your payment to the state of Florida if you're in Florida.
And it's an additional $10, and make sure you have that paper not notarized because they will kick that. It
has to be notarized, yeah.
Yes, but
so hey, Berjoh.
Talking about hi.
Oh, she was asking about Ron, about signing up for Ron.
I apologize for my tardiness, guys. As you guys know, I do take customers at my home, and I had a customer who needed a late night appointment, and so I was available. So that's why I'm late.
You order a name thing and you got on a name tag.
Oh, I had to have the name tag on for them earlier. But yeah, guys, I got my notary shirts in the mail finally. That was something I needed to do this year. It says notary and much more. Yes, Brayden, but I'm on live, so don't.
I wanted her to tell you. She didn't tell you.
All right.
Mommy.
Berjoh, when you're ready, you can.
She's in mommy mode too, so she has triple jobs, man.
Yeah, guys, it's never ending. And then I have a baby cat here. She thinks she's a baby.
Is she whining?
Yes.
Oh, I hear her. You can go ahead and jump into your topic, Berjoh. We talked about, unless you want to talk about your January goals.
Or how your January ended, and then we can go into the February stuff.
Oh, well, hold on, guys.
I'll also tell you guys this. So, for those who don't know, your girl wears many hats. I think we all wear many hats. But I'm also a real estate broker. And I've been a real estate broker since 2016, I think it was. I think 2016. I ran a business as a transaction coordinator after I decided not to sell homes anymore. And I got a client. So I have a client, a real estate client, a buyer that I'm entertaining right now. And it's pretty cool. The market is weird right now. Yeah, weird. So, you're not ready yet, Berjoh?
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm getting a message from a customer. Okay, I apologize.
The doctor
I'm
says
here.
if I need any other witnesses, I'm available. Slide in my DMs. Like I always need a witness. In fact, I need one for tomorrow. I could use you tomorrow. I don't mind having people come on as witnesses because then they get to see how it works and what I do. I have 2 tomorrow that you can jump on. I got 1 at 3, 1 at 5. Pick one because Berjoh doing the other one. So yeah. So send me a message on Facebook or whatever group you're in. Whatever group you're in, whether it's Reggie's or Berjoh's group, because my group is dead. Whatever group you're in, tag me in that group, and because I'm in both of them, and I'll give you my information so that I can have your information as a witness, because I always need witnesses.
We love to see it.
Yep.
Sorry,
So
guys.
yeah. All right. Well, we'll just keep talking.
I'm getting some reviews. I was responding to them. What was your question?
Why? Because she cannot do this afterwards.
What was your question?
Berjoh is a perfectionist.
I am, guys.
Don't worry, Reggie showed his underwear already and his
Oh,
crack.
Wow.
Wait till you watch the replay.
Okay, what were you guys talking about? What did I miss?
No, I said you have 2 things. You can either talk about your topic because we didn't hit that, or you can talk about your January. So it's up to you. If you don't want to talk about that, you want to go straight into your topic, then that's fine too.
Okay, so let's talk about the topic.
We're already
first
at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, let's talk about the topic first because it is so important, and you guys really need to do your due diligence with this. So, and this is for Florida notaries. I do apologize. I can't touch bases on any other state right now because the recent occurrence was for Florida. All right, so everybody for Florida, you know that we have our state statutes listed on our website. We're very fortunate to have this available to us. The problem is, though, that not many of us know how to use it. Some of us may not even know that it exists, and we don't know when to use it. So you don't know how to use it, when to use it, don't even know it exists, right? Our state statutes are very important for us to reference from time to time, especially when customers call you and they need your services. Remember, our customers, unless they're a notary already, they don't know what we can and cannot do. So many times they are asked to provide a notarized document, and that's all they know. The person asks them, hey, you need to get this notarized, find a notary. So they come to you and you don't know what they're talking about. So that's not okay. All right. If you are marketing your services and you are putting yourself out there as available for work, you need to know what you're doing, guys. If a customer asks you a question and you don't know the answer, look at your statutes. That's what they're there for. Okay. And I will tell a person in a minute, don't be afraid to say, you know what? I'm not sure how to answer that, but I know how to get the answer. If you hold on for a second and let me look it up, I'll be able to tell you exactly what it is that we can do. So you can know if I can do it or not. All right. So I say that to say, I was called by a notary, and she was asked to notarize a diploma. Okay. Now, it was from my understanding that we could not notarize diplomas, that they would need to get a certified copy from the institution. All right. So the lady, I told the notary that, and the notary said, okay. The notary gave the customer my phone number, and then the customer called me. And so the notary, I guess, felt that it would be best that I explain the process to the lady, because the lady was not understanding the way that she was explaining it to her. So I also told the lady the same thing that I told the notary to tell her. And I said, but I was like, let me do a little research. The customer, she was distraught. She was just like, I've called everybody. Nobody knows what I need to do, and I just need to get this taken care of. And she explained the situation to me, and I told her that I will get the information that she needs, and I will give her a call back. And she said, okay, please do. So I got the information that she needed. When it comes to diplomas, we can certify a copy, but it needs to be in person, okay, in order for you to certify a copy of a diploma.
Right.
Why can we notarize a copy of a diploma? One, because that is one of our notarial acts in Florida. We can copy certified documents. Two, because it does not fall under the criteria of being a public record or a vital record. We cannot notarize public records because they are able to actually obtain that from the issuing authority or institution or wherever. And then, of course, vital records, we got the county clerk office to do that. So they can send it to the clerk of the court, and that can be done that way. Okay, they just get a certified copy that way. So I called her and I explained all of that to her. She was so happy. I did not notarize the document for her, but I gave her what she needed so that she can go and make an informed decision on how to proceed to get the document taken care of. So just because you can't make money on the call doesn't mean that you should not be providing a community service to everybody that we serve. Remember, we are public officials, guys, so we have to serve the public. Educate yourself, use your statutes. Now, if you are in my group, I did share the PDF of the governor's reference manual. I actually had to get the updated one myself because I had an old publication of 2016. So if you have that copy printed, check the publication date. Okay, the publication date, good Lord. The publication date is actually on the back of the first page. Oh, you guys probably can't see that. Oh, yes, you can. Okay, so this was 2016. So if you go online, they have a 2019 edition. And if you don't feel like doing that, I have provided a copy in one of my groups. If you are a part of the Notary Education Group Support for Notaries, or the Notary Education Group membership group, okay? I actually can drop the link because I did upload it to my drive. I can drop the link for you guys. Definitely print it out. Now, that does not leave out those of you who are not from Florida who are actually watching this. I have provided and found an index of all of the state's notarial official websites so that you are able to click on the site and find your state statute. Print it out, guys. And another thing, if you have, your state primer, you can do that too. I have learned from experience that the primer, some things can be missing. Your state statute is really your go-to. Okay, so if you do not have, and then remember, some states don't even have a primer because it is just not good. So you can buy the primer, but you will notice that there are some omissions or some differences between the primer and the state statutes, and we got to follow our state statutes so we could be state compliant. So that is all I had to say about that topic on the state statutes. Please make sure you're using it. Please make sure you're referencing it. I don't claim to know everything, but I do know how to find the answers to questions when customers call me. And that's what you need to do. You need to be able to do that.
And Berjoh says primer, I say primer. So in case you don't know what she's talking about,
Oh,
that's what we're
and
talking
yeah, and I'll show you guys too. It's this.
about. Yeah.
I'll be chucking mines because this is an old one anyway. But this is what it looks like. And this is Florida, but it does look different. But that's basically what it is. It's the book. This one is from the National Notary Association. It's basically them just trying to break it down to layman terms for you. But like I said, it's missing some stuff. So, and what
Yep.
else did you guys talk about? You talked about your goals
No, we just talked
for
about what we
January.
did in December. I wanted to talk about, January. I wanted to say something about the statutes too, but I don't remember.
No.
I've had a similar situation to what happened to Berjoh, where someone has called me or messaged me, sent me a screenshot of something, asked me what I thought, and then I gave my opinion. They're like, "Well, I'm just gonna give them your number," and I'm like, "No, don't just give them my number." Like, you have to, like Berjoh said, you have to learn to, and I just said this a little bit earlier, you have to learn how to use your own resources. When you see ideas, when you see things, you have to get them and look at them from your own perspective and how it relates to your business, and then put them into practice. Because there's one thing that I know for sure. Whenever you call the state of Florida, the notary division, they will always tell you to do what is comfortable for you as a notary. They will refer you back to the statutes
And give you the exact
and then they
statute
will
to
tell
reference.
you, sometimes they don't give you the exact one. They'll refer you to the statute. Depends on who you get on the phone.
Right.
They'll refer you to the statutes, and then they're going to say, we cannot give legal advice. So if you have issues interpreting the statute, you need to get an attorney and do what is best for your business. So that, to me, that goes as far as not asking questions, specific questions, like legally specific questions on Facebook, in other groups, because what someone else may do may not be what you're willing to do. And if the shoe drops and you're in trouble for it, they ain't in trouble for it. You can't say, well, I put it on Facebook and they told me. What happened to your camera, Berjoh?
Oh, I was getting the link
Oh,
from
okay.
Drive.
Oh, okay. I just didn't know if it had disappeared. So you can't say, oh, well, I got it from so and so on Facebook, so I thought it was right. You gotta be able to research this stuff for yourself. And when this all happened, like, we've been going back and forth on the whole diploma thing for months, right? Because Reggie had one, and we've been going back and forth, and we all kind of came to a consensus on what we would do if it's a Ron, but we didn't have a set situation for in person. And we finally found the answer collectively, right? And you got the statutes, you got the governor's manual that Berjoh just posted the link to, that folder, you got your primer, and you got a handbook. Like, all of those things translate into what you can do and what you can't do. And you have to be able to learn how to look for answers for yourself. Like Berjoh, Ayana, Reggie, Facebook groups, Mark Wills, Amy, sites. These people, none of us should be your resource. Like, your resource should be you, because at the end of the day, it is your commission.
Right.
Yeah.
Not ours.
Your name
And what
is going
I
on
may
there.
do and what you might, there are some things that Berjoh will not do that I will do, right? And there's some things that Reggie will do that neither one of us may not want to do. So you have to do what is comfortable within your own business, business. So there's my thing.
Agreed. Truer words have never been said. Absolutely. I agree with that 110%. But yeah.
Berjoh, did you want to talk about your January? We got 15 minutes.
If you go out there and you try to do what you want to do, just make sure you have that E&O paid up because we're coming for it.
Yeah. January goals. I didn't meet my profit goal, but let me see. I brought them down because I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to remember off the top of my head what it was. So I had some goals. Profits, didn't meet them. Added new contacts to my mail list. I did do that. I did use my planners, going really well. I managed my books weekly. That's going really well. I wanted to mail out postcards to all of my new contacts, and I did it.
Oh yeah,
so very pleased, really pleased about that. I got my social media content planned really late. I literally did it within a couple of days before the new month. What happened was I created all the content, saved it in a folder, and I didn't do anything else. And January, I think it was the start of the month shock. Start of the year shock for me is what it was. So much going on, not really focused on that too much. I've really been putting a lot of focus to my job rather than my business. And so that is my excuse for that. And sometimes that happens. Sometimes you have to prioritize things that are going to be better for you. Okay. It was better for me to focus on my job this month. I did do some notary, but it was not my primary focus. I did a lot last month. So this month it was kind of like, yeah, I'm not feeling it. Now, February, maybe a different story. February, I may pump it up a little bit more. I do want to start doing more Ron. I am able to start doing it, but I do have to make an effort. I really didn't make an effort last year. I was just working my own customers because I do get my own customers for Ron. I may not get as much as Ayana does, but I do get them. And that was just kind of what I was doing. I wasn't really, focusing on much of that. But I did say that I was going to do that. I'm going to go on the platforms that provide customers, and I'm going to try to make sure that I do my due diligence and giving them some of my time in servicing some of their customers because I've heard some really sad things about the platforms. They're trying to let notaries service their customers, but the notaries are botching up the customers' paperwork. And so they are no longer just saying we need notaries. They're saying we need good, competent notaries on our platform, because what you guys don't understand from a business standpoint, you coming on my platform and botching up my customers makes me look bad.
Yeah.
So it's like you want to hurry up and you want to get this money and you want to just get on these platforms and you're messing up people's paperwork.
Yeah.
And it does not work for the business owner. It leaves bad ratings. If they have bad ratings, people are not going to want to use them, and that messes with their money. So then they're not going to be able to give you money. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try, because I am a good and competent notary, try to make sure I give them some of my time in return for some of their cash. All right. So that's my goal for February.
Yeah, they do.
And I have put on here, I want to get some new direct clients, and I already did because of my efforts of going to networking events last year. I was referred to 3 people who are stoked, I'll use that word, about what I offer and are very happy and ready to use me when they need a notary. So super happy. Even my customer just left. She works for a hospital, and she was telling me that she's a notary, and she was saying that she was notarizing documents, but she said that one of her patients is an attorney, and they were telling her that she cannot do that. And she said she's notarized so many documents. Yeah, she's notarized so many documents for people. And so she said she prays that none of them go to court, because that could be a really bad thing for. So she was like, could I take a handful of your cards? Could I take your pamphlets? Do you have anything that I can put up in the hospital, because we need you? I said, yes, girl, you can.
Wait,
Take
I
everything you
misunder.
need.
I missed that. What happened?
She works at the
She's a
hospital and
no.
she was
She works at the
notarizing
hospital.
for patients.
Oh
You
no.
can't
Yeah,
do that.
you can't
Yeah.
do that. That is why at the nursing home, they stopped letting the employees act as witnesses
Witness.
because
Yeah.
it is a conflict of interest.
Conflict. Yeah.
It's a
So
conflict
she's
because
going to use me.
they're giving care to that person, and if they're notarizing a will and that person
Right.
passes away, who's to say that they
Right.
didn't, like it wasn't something
Right.
funny going. So that's a no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she says she's going to definitely give them my information, and she's going to highly recommend me be used as their go-to notary. So really happy about that. She found me on Google.
For the
She
win.
needed. She says she called 40 something notaries.
And they ain't answer their phone.
Many of them didn't answer the phone or call her back. She said she Googled notary near me with late hours. So
Oh,
I'm
geez.
happy she found me. Yeah.
So yes, Louise, it is a struggle sometimes working a full-time job and managing your business. I'll tell you, today was one of those days for me, and tomorrow will be another one. So today I had 3 signings. I had another one scheduled, but the documents didn't come. And tomorrow I have 4 scheduled in and around some ding dang meetings. So for work. So I think we have a meeting at 11. We have a meeting at 2. And I got signings, so yeah, that it can be a struggle trying to balance, but I'll tell you, I'm grateful for such a good start to February. It's a short month. So hey Carlos.
Hey Labadish.
Hey Labadish.
Hey Carlos.
The platforms that give you customers primarily is Notarize, eNotary on Call. And Blue Notary.
Yes.
And there are some other ones. You just have to keep your ear to the wall, to the streets, because every time I'm in these groups, if I hear something or I see one, I Google it. And if I can sign up, I sign up, and so they're popping up all over the place because they know Ron's taken off. So they are popping up all over the place. So
there's this one that I was telling Berjoh and Ayana about called Excella. And is she frozen?
No, she ain't frozen.
Oh, she ain't blinked her eye.
She is now.
But yeah, there's one called Excella RN, which is remote online notary. I found this one. I was just looking through, different notary platforms, and I saw that one. That was one I had never heard of before. And basically, what they do is you can go in and set your availability, right? So if you're available from 7 to 9 every night, and the client or the customer from anywhere in Florida goes out and they see and they want to select you, they can select you, and it will send an email to you saying, hey, you have this notarization at this time. So it takes the legwork out of you having to find it. It's only about $10 that they pay, but that's the $10 that you wouldn't have, and that's actually more than what Notarize actually pays. So you really have to find different ones. I do see in that being the future. You know what I'm saying? Putting your availability and they can just choose you at their leisure is pretty cool. So
yeah, you just have, like I said, you just have to Cyberize It is another one. Cyberize It does give clients periodically. It's not very frequent though. But she does every now and again. She'll post in that Facebook group that there's someone on the board, on their job board, and that you can get it. But I will say personally that no shade to Cyberize It at all. I've used it, and it was clutch because my first international client was in Iran, and
Good.
Amy got me
Remember.
through biometrics on her platform. However, I don't think that platform is for beginners. So if you've never done a run, I just don't personally think you should start with cyberizing. Like
Right.
it's pretty complex. Not that you can't learn it,
Okay.
you absolutely can. Because she uses kind of a combination of her platform, Zoom, and Adobe Sign. So I think that you should maybe if you've never done it, cyberize it might not be the very first one that you try on. But and on Cyberizer they charge a subscription fee that you can pay either monthly, quarterly, biannually, annually, and then you pay like a transaction fee per transaction. So, and it looks like a lot of companies are starting to move to that process. So, yeah. Have we heard of Sinex? I have heard of Sinex. Oh, I wanted to say
I've
something.
never used Sinex.
Yeah,
I've never used
it.
Cyberize it either.
Yeah. But one thing I did want to say was make sure that the notary directory platforms are updated with the information that you can perform Ron. Because some people do find me on signing order. I have been found on signing order. And then I also was found, what was the other one? Online notaries.
Yes.
OnlineNotaries.com. You have to pay for that one. But Berjoh and I signed up on that one last year, and I got a call from Online Notaries as well. So
I as well.
If you're doing Ron, you want to make sure that you're logging into those platforms and updating your information periodically so that it doesn't go stale, and that because people will reach out to you. And as things start to move toward Ron, they will put in a search for, Ron, remote online notary, and you want to be able to pop up. So,
and some of those platforms will show the last time you logged in. So if it shows that you're inactive, the customer's not really going to want to call you or the company if it's showing you're inactive.
Yeah.
True.
Yep. So that's that. That's that. So as you know, we are not weekly anymore. We are bi-weekly. So we won't be here next Thursday, but we'll be back the Thursday after that. What's the date, Reggie?
That will be 14 days from today, so the 16th.
Yep, the 16th. We'll be back just right after Valentine's Day. We'll be back. Why am I eating this? Oh, it's over here. So yeah, we will be back on the 16th. If you have any topics, suggestions,
right,
let us know. I think I'm almost this close to knowing what I'm going to do with my Ron webinar course or whatever it is. I'm this close, and I'm this close to saying it's going to be free. So I've been going back and forth with it. I already made it, so I feel like I should just put the information out there because I already done put it together and put all my time into it. So if I do it, it will probably be for the free 99. Maybe you can live on my website. That's a suggestion. I'd rather have that live on my website than the loan one, because you're going.
I also have a Ron course, but I'm thinking about taking it off.
I do not have a Ron course, so
don't get one either.
Don't go to my page.
Yeah, I am not about that life this year. I am focusing on my career, my job, and learning my job, because I'm new still, I just got there in August. So this year I'm focusing on what she said, give it to the people. That was her earlier. That was asking me. That was you on Instagram. Tomorrow, give it to the people. I'm gonna give it to the people. She said all of those ideas. I'm gonna give it to the people. She said, Berjoh, no. Forget Berjoh's Ron class. You come on over to my Ron class, Stephanie. No worries.
Yeah, because yeah,
But I'll tell you, I'm going to tell you, when you are trying to mentor people or help people learn this business, you put in a lot of energy. Okay.
yeah,
I'm not as high strung as Berjoh. Berjoh gets an idea. Berjoh will bang it out right then and there. She'll be like, "Oh, I'm gonna make a course, and it'll be done in 5 minutes." She'll be like, "My course is done." Okay.
Mhm.
I'm a little bit more of a procrastinator, and I'll get there eventually. But I have issues with, charging people. Like I don't, that does not sit well with me. It has never sat well with me. That is one reason why I never became this certified life coach, because I just don't, it does not sit well with me charging people for information. It just doesn't. So I will tell you though, it takes a tremendous amount of energy to do this. It takes a tremendous amount of energy because we are working and we're building our businesses too,
right.
We're
Right.
building and maintaining. Like our businesses are not like to the peak, like we're still building, like we're still building.
Right.
And even in this new, economy, we're rebuilding, because I didn't get no loan signings last month. Whereas when I first started, everything was loan signings. And I didn't get no loan sign. Reggie got one. I didn't get none. So it just takes a tremendous amount of energy. And that's one of the main reasons why I'm stepping back from the groups. I'm stepping back from a lot of mentoring. I'm still going to do coaching. But that always has been few and far in between. So that's kind of what the Ron course may be free. Maybe free with the caveat of if you want to talk to me about something that ain't in the course, then you can do the coaching. So that's that. Well, you just might come over because Berjoh getting rid of hers. You can come on over. Yeah. All right, guys.
I don't market it. That's the thing. It's like I don't market the course. It's there. I mean, I don't have to get rid of it. It's just I don't know. I've been feeling the way Ayana is feeling, about the mentoring, and it's a lot. And the thing that rubs me the wrong way is that I kind of feel like she said earlier, I don't want people to lean on me. I want to give you the tools, and I want you to use the tools and go with it, and sometimes I feel like because people don't feel like going through this here and they just want to call me, and I'm that's not what it's for, so the mentorship, it may be fading this year. I don't want it to be an ongoing thing. My idea was for me to give you guys the tools, get you prepared, and then you move on. But, and I'm all for the fellowship, we can have a group and we can talk and share our wins and losses together. But I do a lot and I give a lot. And sometimes me giving takes away from me doing what I need to do in my business. And I don't like that.
Yeah.
So I will definitely keep you guys informed. You are more than welcome to join me, stay with me while I go through the phases in the transition. But I'm going to be probably transitioning over to it just being a regular group. No more paid subscription because I don't want to keep up with that. The courses will be there, of course, but could it be because of the overpopulation? No, it's not. It's not a overpopulated amount of new notaries. It's an overpopulated amount of people who say they want to do this, but they don't want to do this.
Yeah.
They want the ability to be able to do it and charge people, but they don't want to.
Yeah, but they don't want to do it properly. Yeah,
right. Yeah.
They don't want to educate themselves so that they're doing it correctly. Right. And then you end up with a bunch of people that are not doing it correctly, And then you end up with those clients later on that's skeptical about your work because they've run into so many notaries that don't do it right.
Right.
And everybody just want to, people want to, it's not that it's overpopulated work notaries. It's just that people are jumping in thinking that, I'm going to make this money fast.
Right.
And they're not putting anything into it. They don't put any thought into the fact that you are a public servant of the state. Right. And that this is just not something you can do willy-nilly. Your behind can go
it's very serious. It's a very serious position.
You could be fined and and maybe face some potential jail time if you get it wrong.
And they terminate your commission.
And that's the least of things. Like, to me, that's the least of things. But like people jump into this and they think that, and you're right, they see the TikTok 6-figure salary, right? They do see that from notaries who I'm not knocking. There are notaries out here who make 6 figures. Like, I'm not.
But it's not easy. If a notary is making that amount of money, guys,
they putting in work.
They are working really, really hard. Like, they are working the type of hours that you don't want to work. Okay. Yep. So
they going into companies that you don't want to go into. Yeah. They doing marketing that you ain't willing to do. Like,
they are working really hard.
They're planning strategies,
and they are spending money to do all of that. Like, all of the hard work they're doing is not free stuff. Okay, it's taking a lot of time. It's taking a lot of money. So you're not just going in this paying little to nothing and making all this money. That's not how it works.
They're making sure that they are giving a high quality service.
Yep.
I purchased the Mark Wills conference thing, and that's as far as I've gotten so far. It's a little round table with the 6-figure notaries, and every single one of them take pride in the service they provide. Yes. They do not just run out there and sign documents with the wrong ink color and package papers where they all folded up and bent up when they get to where they're going. They take pride in what they're doing. So it can be done. Yeah. But it's just not, like Berjoh said, it takes work.
It's a lot of work.
It takes work. Takes work.
And what I was going to say, since we were talking about the reason we created our our platforms, I'm a part of the Central Florida Notary. And for me, I wanted it to be a place where people can, fellowship or, look for one spot to get their information, and it really came from the momentum that I got from actually doing a notary meetup that I did in June of 2022. So, the idea isn't that we're knowledgeable or more knowledgeable than anybody, because again, we're building our empires or platforms or whatever. It's just knowing, what resources you have and going and look for the information.
Where to look.
Right. So
I tell people I don't know everything. I just read a lot.
Right.
Yep. So I'm really good at finding stuff.
I just read a lot. Yeah.
Yep. You just have to you get in what you put into it. You get out what you put into it. And it has to be more than just a money grab. It has to go beyond that, and it has to be something that inspires you to. I mean, because honestly and truly, as you said earlier, Berjoh, we are a public office. We are here to service the community. The fact that we can charge 10 and 20 and 30 and other things is just the caveat or the icing on the cake. But at the end of the day, you have to understand and know and look at it this way, that this is a calling, something that you chose to do, and that it's bigger than anything that you could, you do have to have a level of selflessness when you're performing this
integrity.
Job. Sometimes you don't always make the best amount of money to make it happen.
And you don't know when that will come back to you.
Yeah.
So
like I said, I helped somebody yesterday.
Giving somebody a piece of information for free, or helping them get where they need to be.
Yes.
And you not worried about them charging you will come back to you. I believe that 129,000%. Yeah. That will come back to you. it will
Yes.
come back to you. So
Yes, it sure will.
you know, you can't just be out. You can't treat people like shit.
Nope.
You know, if stuff happens, you can't not be showing up or showing up late to appointments and people are paying their
Yeah.
money.
Right.
And you know, or you can't be canceling on them and not
Right.
offering a refund or not having some kind of compassion when they need to cancel. You know, we are still in a pandemic, you know, so you, even though we know that you put in some level of work in behind some of the things that we do, but you can't be like, oh, well, they owe me $75 for printing documents. When you and I both know, and I've done the math on my YouTube channel, it don't cost you that much money to print no documents. It don't,
No.
even if you add in electricity, paper, toner, and the cost of the dang on printer, it don't cost you that. It don't cost you no more than
Not for one print job.
a dang on package of a loan package. And I'm talking about like 200 documents. It don't really cost you no more than $5. It does
Right.
not. And it don't cost you that much gas to go 10 miles. It don't cost that much. It doesn't cost as much as you really think it does. And for people just to be out here like, oh, well, I ain't doing that unless they pay me this, or, you know, and just crappy about it, you will get back crap.
Right.
You won't be in business long. So,
and then yeah, I mean, like I said, it's definitely one of the best decisions that I made, and it's something that, you know, I get to carry on as a legacy, you know, after I'm long gone. And you know, the idea for me is just to continue and be a service to people. And you know, I don't take any job, you know, I take or I get for granted. You know, I don't look down upon general notary work. I don't say that's only this or that's only that. If I get a general notary work, even if it's one page, I didn't tell Berjoh, oh, I got a, or, you know, Ayana, I got this. And, you know, it's because they could have called anybody else in this world, but they called me.
yeah.
So,
And that's the biggest thing about the group. I wanted the group to be a safe space for you to express yourself as a notary. No question is a dumb question. The only time, like I said, I get frustrated is when I'm constantly being asked about the same stuff that I have several videos on and I've talked about time and time again. When I get questions about things that I know that I have physically went through, you know, time to show you guys, that means that you're not listening. You're not listening, you're not watching, and that's when I start to feel some type of way. And
Berjoh,
so that's
let's
why.
talk about marketing.
No, let's not talk about marketing because it's 8:40.
And so no, he being funny. And so that's my reason behind, like, maybe the membership is not, you know, something that I want to continue until next year. Like, this may be the last year for it. I may just have the Facebook group with a small amount of people, you know, and the WhatsApp, I've already kind of died that down a little bit and trying to redirect people to the Facebook group for that. The WhatsApp is just for you if you need immediate answers to questions. Because on Facebook, like I said, with me working, I'm not on Facebook like that. My phone is over here and my focus is on my job. But when you message me on WhatsApp, that automatically draws my attention to my phone and you get a quicker response. Okay. So yeah, you guys just stay tuned to that. Those who are a part of the membership, don't worry. I think I'm gonna finish this year out. So you good. I just hope that you get the information you need from me and you learn all of these things so you can be good, so that I'm not leaving you hanging, so to speak.
Right.
All right, I don't know about y'all, but I got to go.
All right, guys. Until next time.
You know where that's
from?
No, I got to go.
No.
Oh, I better not say it because you know they be on some BS too. They be trying to sue me because you stole my outro.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you who it is on the.
But Berjoh, tell them where they can find you.
So my business page, you can always find me there, Beale's Notary Services LLC, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn, and Alignable. I'm on Google as well, and Yelp. As far as support, you want support, go to my support group. It is the Notary Education Group, support for notaries. and then the membership group is not free. You still have to pay for it. It's $10 per month. Or if you take my general notary course for $75, you're automatically added to that membership.
You can find me at the Central Florida Notary on YouTube as well as Facebook. We are currently at 250 members, which I'm very excited about. I probably will cap if it gets too big for me as well. But my intention is just to make sure everybody gets what they can get out of it and have fun while they're doing it. So Central Florida Notary, you can find me at Central FL Notaries on YouTube because somebody already got the Central Florida Notary one.
All right, y'all. You can find me at the Crafty Notary on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram. And that's it. So we'll see y'all in 2 weeks. And good night. Have a good one.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.